What are we doing?
Gonna change the spark plugs and shit in the white set while we're waiting for... Well, we're waiting to finish the last video.
Yeah.
It's amazing how we travel in time and do that video before we release this video, but we haven't finished that video yet.
Yeah, so this thing has had a mysterious miss for...
No, we had it running on 6 at one point, remember?
Yeah,
but
like, ever since then it's had a weird miss, so
we're
hopefully going to sort that with new plugs and do idle air control valve. That also could help.
This is the original intake pipe off my Franken 20, which has the pipe for that. So I'm going to change that, and I've got a joiner for that, and then we're going to put a 45-degree bend there. And yeah, I'm too hungry for this too. Let's do this, yay!
Do things, yay.
Oh, my arms are so dead.
Actually, seeing this thing reminds me. So you know how like next to RB20DET it says 1998?
Yeah.
My 32 that I had last year, which if you guys remember, it was like probably my 5th ever video on my YouTube channel when I picked it up. After I sold it, some guy came and looked at it and then
He tried to tell you it was plate and tag?
He tried to tell me it was plate and tags because he was like, I see 1998, and I was like, dude, that would have been an R34.
I had a guy do it to me with one of my old Cefiros, and he's like, you fucking rip me off, I want my money or I'm going to send all my goodies around to fuck you up, fucking this, you told me this car's not plate and tag, it says 1998 right next to where it says RB20, and I was like, yeah, it also says CC right next to the 1998. Because that's the engine capacity.
Gotta love it.
Fucking hell, how tight the car do these? That first spark plug, look at that. The porcelain's all broken on it, for starters. The porcelain's broken on this one too. Yeah. Broken porcelain on that one as well. And why did it miss? Thought he said he put some BCPR 70S's in it. They are non-turbo Cefiro spark plugs. I thought he said he bought a brand new set of spark plugs for this. Again, 1.1 gap. You know that'll be half the reason it doesn't feel right under boost too?
Put the correct spark plugs in. Your shit might run better.
Why are they torqued so tight? Here we have BCPR 70S spark plugs. They're the only spark plug overrun.
Even backed by your 600 horsepower Cefi.
Oh yeah. All of that porcelain there is going to go down into that cylinder. That spark plug's completely smashed.
Holy shit, it is too.
I don't understand why it has Cefiro spark plugs.
That happened when I picked up that 25DET Cef last year. I went and looked at it, and the guy, same thing, he'd torqued the spark plugs way too tight, and you got to loosen them. All the porcelain just shattered.
Cracked right round. That one's not cracked. I've got one good spark plug.
But it's for a fucking Cefiro.
It's a 0.3 of a mil gap, way too much.
Right, so we're going to use a vacuum to get some of that porcelain out, because the last thing we want is for that to fall down there.
I've set the vacuum to boost mode. Got all but one tiny piece. Ah, I feel like I just have no strength in that arm, eh? A spark plug should not be this tight.
No, they shouldn't. There's a trick you do. You hold it by the fucking top of the ratchet and you tighten it until you can't anymore, and then you go like another half. I thought it was half a turn, but either way, that's like pretty much what you're supposed to do. You don't fucking swing off it. Yeah, look. Now bring it closer because of the wind. Look at that. That is
Garbage. It's the correct plug with the correct gap.
I just realised you've got the Mighty Car Mods chopped tattoo on your arm.
Yeah.
I love it.
Done that 5 years ago. We were just looking for funny things to tattoo at that point. This is like the first bit of work. Like everyone obviously knows when I got the car back from Carl. And so what was that, 8 weeks ago now?
Roughly.
Yeah, roughly. And we got it home, we did a couple of small things, then we took it for a test drive. And then it got parked up for weeks.
The turbo was robbed off it, a new turbo was put on it.
Yeah, well that was off and back on within, was it 3 days? You'll vouch it, but I pretty much haven't touched this car, eh? As soon as I knew the Skyline was arriving,
Yeah.
this car went on the back burner. But I got some new spark plugs for it the other day, so now we're fucking tattooing.
Well, I mean, we're waiting to finish the video on painting that because we're waiting on more paint and a wastegate for it, but yeah, we figured we'd do things while we wait.
Yeah. So I thought, since I had spark plugs for this, we'll throw them in it. Part of me feels like I should stick these coils in the Skyline.
Why are they better?
They're split fires. The Skyline just has factory coils.
Unboxing video, because you guys love unboxing videos.
Unboxing clamps.
Yay, exciting.
So now we can just take that cable tie off there, hook up that idle air control. I might make that shorter. So happy I found this pipe in the garage, eh?
Have you heard the story about how that happened?
How what happened?
How the top of the brake
Yep.
cylinder. Yeah.
Remember I was there when it happened?
Oh, were you?
Yeah. He left his fucking torch on leaning on it. Or left it sitting on his torch.
Not just the torch, like one of those fucking heat, like those
Yeah,
grill.
the heat fucking soaking work lights.
Yeah.
So then we can just go shorten that, have that spun around a bit. There.
Hey Patchett, did you see the last comment about the guy saying don't cut it so close to yourself? Alright, update, things are cut.
Hopefully they fit better now.
Patchett is in need of parts for the white Cefiro. So robbing off the baby, the blue 30.
Why are you taking 2 hose clamps? Calm down, we're not taking the Cinco or anything.
Well, I mean, while we're at it, we may as well. Is that a no? I'll take that as a no. So we've robbed the battery out of the Skyline. As you can see, it's got some nice pink overspray on it. If I can get fucking Patchett's arm out of view. Here we go. Time to see if this thing has no longer a miss. Oh, Matt's here too. Hello.
Hey mate, hi YouTube.
Nah, didn't fix it. So we are working on the white Cef again. It is probably a, I don't know, 4 or 5 days after what you guys just saw. We were at the track yesterday with the 32, which you guys would have seen in a previous video. And we pretty much figured out what is most likely causing the weird misfire or running shittly of this thing. And yeah, it's probably the coil loom. So today we are going to hopefully be able to fix all this problem and get this thing running a lot better and make Sam a happy man.
Yeah. So the other day I was just tinkering with this, and I figured out it was still in the 6 it wasn't firing on. So I unplugged the cast and spun the injector while checking the injector, but the injector's firing, and well, the injector's got power and you can feel when you hold the injector that it's clicking. So I grabbed another coil. I actually grabbed like 3 different coils and 3 different spark plugs, that being loose, and this is nothing. Plugged them into cylinder 6. No spark on cylinder 6. So I've stolen the coil loom off the R32.
That's the good thing about that being a Series O head on the 30 bottom end, is everything is interchangeable with this Series O 25. How good. And these coil packs were kindly donated by Jeremy Collins, a viewer of the channel, so shout out to you, my man. And he's got a couple of sick cars that probably going to do some videos on as well, so stay tuned for that. Moment of truth. Oh, I suppose the airflow meter needs to be on. So what now?
Well, where was my test plug? We didn't put that. Oh, there's the coil
So Patchett has just found the whole reason why this car is not fucking firing. And why is that?
This is ignition timing for cylinder 6.
Yeah, the wire's cut.
Yeah.
So that means this thing fucking never was running properly. So
That's
Cara
a good
was
thing.
full of shit. Hey, so that burnout you did ages ago, that was only on 5 then, wasn't it?
Yeah, we knew that.
Oh, I love it. So if you guys wanted to know what a rat's nest looks like, that's it.
Big ups to whoever does wiring like this. Love your work.
Yeah, no, this wasn't Patchett's work, so don't give him shit in the comments.
Let's try mating that to there.
So we have plugged all the coils, coil loom, igniter, all back in.
And we've got to remember that cylinder 6 is probably full of petrol.
Yep.
What's that noise? Is that the fan?
It's the fan hitting this thing here.
What's this thing here?
Nothing important. It's fixed. Woohoo!
That's 6.
Yep. It runs on all 6.
Goosey! Did you cut that wire, Goosey? It was you, wasn't it? You cheeky little SR owning fuck.
Oh, how good does that feel after all this time it was one fucking wire?
Fuck cars!
Oh. Alright, take this to Kaikoura at the end of the, November.
Maybe.
Let it warm up, can't fuck now. Axel, how good?
Expectedly. Did that mist go away straight away?
Yeah. There's no line on the turbo, is there? On the wastegate, is there?
Yeah.
Oh, there is?
Oh, no, it doesn't go to anything. I should probably put it up to that, eh? Wait, guys, I have to Snapchat this.
Alright, after all that misdiagnosing and shit, turns out it was one fucking wire for the ECU.
And the noise.
So that is this thing all running nice and mint. So
So now that I've twisted that wire, I just need to tape it,
yeah.
then sell the car as mint wired up by NZFI.
So yeah,
Story behind that joke, guys.
yeah. So in the next video, we're going to take this thing for a proper test drive and do a proper skid in it, on it running on all 6. That'll wrap it for this one here. So yeah, cheers for watching, guys, and yeah, next video we're going to take this thing for a proper test drive, because if you remember in the first test drive video of this, it ran like absolute shit. Is that seat bolted down? Because remember also I went flying. I mean, I will.
It's got our bolt loosely in it, but we can take the bolts out of the Skyline that are still sitting there for the fact the seat's welded to the floor.
I mean, I will fucking go flying again for the content, you know, do it for the
Cool, just to
content.
show that for the content then.
Alright, yeah, stay tuned for the next video where we take this thing for a proper test drive, and I'm going to scumbag you into doing a skid tomorrow too.
Scumbag!
Alright, catch you in the next one.